The unwanted guest Sarah Chen hadn't meant for any of this to happen. At 13, browsing occult websites and muttering Latin phrases had seemed like harmless rebellion. Now, at 25, she was dealing with the consequences of that teenage curiosity. "You can't stay here forever," Sarah said to the empty room, knowing the entity could hear her. The temperature dropped slightly, a familiar sign of its presence. She'd named it Lilith, though she knew better than to use its true name. Sarah had tried everything over the years: sage smudging, protective crystals, holy water from 3 different religions. She'd even gone 6 months without any intimate contact, hoping to starve the entity of the energy it craved. Nothing worked. The breaking point came during a conversation with her grandmother, a respected spiritual advisor in San Francisco's Chinatown. "Child," her grandmother had said, stirring her tea, "some demons aren't meant to be banished, they're meant to be understood." That night, Sarah sat cross-legged on her bedroom floor, surrounded by white candles. Instead of the usual Latin exorcism rites, she spoke from her heart. "I know why you're here," she began. "I invited you in during the darkest time of my life. I was lonely, angry, hurting. You offered comfort, in your way. But I'm not that lost girl anymore." The air grew heavy with anticipation. "I forgive my younger self for the choices she made. And I forgive you for answering her call. But it's time for both of us to move on. You need someone who truly wants your presence, and I need to live my own life." The candles flickered violently. Sarah felt the familiar cold pressure, stronger than ever, then release. Like a rubber band snapping, the tension that had permeated her apartment for 12 years simply vanished. Sarah sat in the darkness, tears streaming down her face. The entity was gone, not through force or ritual, but through understanding and acceptance. She realized that sometimes the most powerful banishment isn't a spell at all, it's the simple act of making peace with your past and choosing your future. That night, she slept better than she had in years. In the morning, she called her grandmother. "How did you know?" she asked. Her grandmother's laugh crackled through the phone. "Some demons are just reflections of our own pain, child. Once you face that truth, they have no power here." Sarah looked around her apartment, feeling truly alone for the first time in years. It was time to begin again.